If you want to learn leadership, then there is no great person in the world other than Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. Shivaji Bhosle, also referred to as Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj, was an Indian ruler and a member of the Bhosle Maratha family. Shivaji Maharaj carved out his own independent kingdom, known in India and across the globe with respect as Swaraj. There are hundreds of stories related to their brilliance, bravery, great character, and thought process for him as well as his warriors. These are an integral part of all the great studies in India as well as across the globe, including defense and navy. He is also called as Father of the Indian Navy. It's a great challenge to write or speak about this person because it's not possible to explain it in one video, book, or even in a one movie. By limiting the scope of this video to learning leadership principles from this great person, let's start learning them one by one. First lesson, set a goal that is larger than life. Just at the age of 16 years, Raja was clear about his goal to get Swaraj. Here, the word I referred as a Raja because people are also calling Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj as a Raja with respect. When his father himself was employed under Adil Shah's government, the Mughals and Nizams both were successfully expanding their boundaries. Having a goal like this was impossible during that situation. But Raja set and spent most of his life for this goal. What is the learning from this? The long-term vision also brings you the clarity. If you are having the short-term goals, it gives you temporary direction and clarity. Lesson number 2. Connect instead of command. Many leaders expect a command of many things from their teams. Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj always created connect over command. The connection he created with anyone he met created automatic commands. This was due to his honesty towards the soul of the purpose, that is, building Swarajya of the motherland. He earned commands rather than expecting it due to his rare quality of connecting with anyone he met. Lesson 3. Start with small but do start. Raja started his mission by attacking Rohiteshwar fort for easiest fort to be captured. At times, it is important to just start. Complete the first action, then decide on the second activity, work on it and continue. I often come across people who want to do so many things in life, but when it comes to taking an action, they get scared. Be like a Raja. You don't need to do the fancy things first. Start with the smallest possible activity first. Lesson 4. Prefer innovation over tradition. The war strategies and governing strategies followed by Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj always carried the touch of innovativeness. Looking at the limited resources always faced during his lifetime, he always believed in the effective utilization of people and any natural resources, including warfare materials and weapons. His warfare style and governing style has been always the topic of research for all military related and governance related topics. Needless to say, this is also the part of competitive strategies in business as well. Lesson number 5. Develop a meaningful team. From a young age, Raja started involving people from all the backgrounds, different castes and age groups in his inner circle. He knew about his mission very well. When the elderly gave him the wisdom, younger ones accompanied him in fights. Raja always used to pardon his enemy and give them a chance to become friends. He always used to keep a close eye on his Peshwas too. That's why I have you, advisors, friends, family, Peshwas, army and mentors. This is a basic rule. Don't run after doing everything. Delegation is the most important part of leadership. Lesson number 6. Be a role model. The team is never much different than its leader. This is one of the incidents when Babaji Nimbalkar came with a complaint that no one is ready to marry his son because of his conversion to Muslim and then back to Hindu. Raja understood the situation. In this situation, Raja can use the command and no one could have refused his orders. But instead of forcing others to follow the rules, he proposed Babaji to accept his own daughter, Sakhubai, as his daughter-in-law. His actions always used to be wholehearted and complete. Lesson number 7, servantship driven leadership over leadership seeking servantship. Though he was a very accomplished leader of his time, and even now, he always exhibited the servant leadership. That is, he always acted like a servant to the kingdom and to the society. He always also believed to be a servant at heart to the mother nation, unlike others who created examples of leadership that always demanded servantship. This is the true meaning of leadership. Lesson number 8, be confident. When Raja started to acquire forts nearby Pune, his mentor Dadoji Kondev thought it was really difficult. Raja accepted it and then he didn't involve Dadoji in Swaraj works. He kept him occupied in the office duties at his palace. Please note that everyone doesn't need to believe in you. Everyone has their own opinion and perception of looking at the things. Don't feel bad, it is just their opinion. Just be confident enough in your actions. Lesson number 9, watch people around you. Raja was very good at analyzing good in people. Here is another incident. Once there was a villager named Bhima. He came to the palace for collecting his prize for killing wolves in Raja's territory. Bhima had killed 3 wolves just with a stick. Bhima became the reason Raja decided to involve the common man in his army. Then there was another man named Shiva. Once Raja saw him lifting the stuck chariot by his hands, he immediately realized Shiva's strength and used it against one of the powerful enemies, Afzal Khan. This is the power of great leader, to analyze good and to make a use of it. Lesson number 10, mentor next line of leaders. Like all leaders, it is important to have a next in command set of trusted people whom one could rely on for taking over the business that was set up with so much of effort and passion. While most of the people take this as an in-future responsibility, true leaders start honing and mentoring talent from an early stage, grooming the perfect leaders for tomorrow. Despite being a king and expected to groom and tradition his son for taking over the kingdom after him, the Chhatrapati revolutionized the concept of governance with the introduction of council and the Peshwai that would be able to make the leaders in future to take the charge and expand the kingdom. And the last lesson, lesson number 11, leave a lasting legacy for future generations to build on. When his mother Jizabai sowed the seeds of Swaraj in the mind of young Shivaji, his father Shahaji helped him build the foundation of Hindvi Swaraj. His Swaraj was built on the pillars of humanity, values, ethics, management, and leadership. So, he would be remembered for all the generations in the future for the nation building exercise undertaken by him and for the uniting people for the cause of Swaraj. The king has left a legacy of good deeds, hard work, and selflessness, and is a role model for a good leader in the modern world. In Maharashtra, one of the states in the India, he is called as a god of the Maharashtra. But if you see the qualities and leadership skills that was Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj was having, he is the role model for the entire world. Thank you so much for your valuable time, and I am sure that you have the great learning of leadership from this great person.